welcome back to Studioloo. So this is the second of two traveler's notebooks that I have made inside this, the Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle fabric that I have freeform stitched these beautiful woven leaves on. So this one, it's a 3-hole binding fabric cover, and I've stitched the ties directly onto the journal. So this one, I guess we could call like kids with cat, because the other one was boy with dog. So kids with, this is so cute. This little pocket made from a vintage photo. These two little kids in this toboggan with this baby doll and this little white cat. It's so cute. So this is from 1957, January. You'll see the inside cover here. It has an apple. I've done stitching. The whole cover is really nice and soft. It's cotton. And so yeah, this is the pocket that gets things started. This is coffee dyed paper. And then inside is this collage journal tag. So you'll see vintage dictionary pages, all sorts. And then here it says, dreaming a good dream and writing it down. So this is from a little book of like little things that make your life better. And it's a little tuck spot for some vintage ephemera, which is this CB radio calling card. This in the 70s and early 80s, CB radio communication was really popular for people who traveled or truck drivers. And they used to have these calling cards, and they all had what they called a handle, which was like a nickname that you were known when you would speak on the CB radio. So this one is from Jerry and Donna Guibault of Gatineau, Quebec. Barman and barmaid were their names, and on back you see they've stamped their address. These are from the 1970s, so I will just pop that back in here. And then a little collage with a vintage book plate from an Old Brothers Grimm book. This is a jelly print, and I've stitched on a flower and some nice fabric here. This is a crochet flower. And then this is a little fabric collage on an inked up page, and this little sequined applique is actually from Qatar, and there's some vintage buttons. This is a Frida Kahlo playing card, and it's a tuck spot for this vintage postcard from the 70s. It is not written on. It is the L.L. Cook Company, the Gratiot in Port Huron, Michigan. This is a little pocket and flip out from a Richard Scarry book, and it's on some paper with cute little bees. It's been cabbage dyed. And then this is another vintage postcard, Blossom Time at Florida's Cypress Gardens. This one has been written on. It was sent to Mr. and Mrs. John Conroy of Port Huron, Michigan, from Al and Betty Mulridge. I can't make it the post date, but yeah, these were from the 70s. And then I have this vintage newspaper clipping. It was about the late Sir John Willison. He had passed away on this week in the 1950s, and I love the old advertising that was on the back of the page. So you'll see here, like, it's like a 1927. Yeah, it's 1927 newspaper. Okay. Cabbage dyed paper, and this is a dyed page from Teal and Tattered, her Daffodils kit on Etsy. And then this is from the same Brothers Grimm late 1800s book of fairy tales. It's called The Darning Needle, and it's blank on back for writing. This is a rusty paper clip to hold it on here. Cabbage dyed paper. This is a collaged botanical pocket. In the pocket itself is this little collage tag. And then back here in the tuck spot, this is on more Rorschach painting on heavy watercolor paper. There's this Celestial journal card. And then just some painty paper. And then this is a little paper sack, and it says In a Far Off Land, and has this little gnome here. And inside is a vintage botanical journaling card. And then a little collage on this side with a bird and some jelly printing. Then on this side we have the letter M in this index card pocket with some lace and a safety pin with beads. This is a 1950s poem. And in back you'll see this is like an origami instruction paper, and there's like a flower wraparound tab. And this is a mola mola fish on a pull down tab, journal tag. Some stenciling, some jelly printing. This is just a beautiful green page with some lace and fabric collage tab. More of the daffodil paper. And on this side we have two pieces of vintage ephemera. So this is a vintage plant card of the holly olive. I left the back instructions, but you could cover it in paper if you did want to use it as a journal card. And then this is a 1950s photograph that looks like it's like a family party. Very cute. This is more of the Teal and Tattered Daffodils kit, and a flip out of beautiful butterflies from a field guide. This is shibori dyed paper, and this is from like a early 1900s book called Dipsy Donkey, and it's a flip out. And then a double pocket is underneath. This is a vintage photo of a family having a picnic, and inside a little journal card of just a piece of art, and it has book page paper on the back. And in the back pocket we have this little gnome family. It's from a book called The Rainbow's End, and I just made a journal tag with it. Another Rorschach painting page. Some lace as a side pocket with alcohol ink dots. And this is a journal card about the poison arrow plant. In the center of this journal we have this beautiful Edith Holden page from the Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady, and this is her February spread. We have a rusty paper clip here on the back of the ink blot, alcohol ink blot paper. This is a large journal card that was from a box set, book type card set of a story called The Wild Swans. And then this little card has like a circus theme, and it just says, "Have fun." More of the Rorschach style painting. And then we have this little lace pocket on cabbage dyed paper. And this is a collage tag using vintage children's books. Then on this side we have clipped on another page from a vintage bird field guide on top of tea-dyed shibori paper. Cabbage dyed paper with a little lace tab and a button on this side. And more of Teal and Tattered's daffodils. This is a tea-dyed paper with these beautiful butterflies. Cabbage-dyed paper with a little slug there and some botanicals and fabric ruffle. And then this little piece of jewelry here hanging on a bulb pin with a little leaf on it. More jelly printing. A little floral side tuck pocket on collaged paper. And this is some beautiful white flowers on a blue background on this journal card. This is just an instructional page about origami cranes. This is a paper sack that's been collaged on, and inside is a botanical journal card. And then just a little bit of a nice flower hanky paper here. And this is a feed sack and lace fabric tab on the Rorschach painting. This is cabbage dyed paper with a beautiful iridescent shell button tab. More of the daffodils, cabbage dyed paper, another Richard Scarry book page pocket on bee paper with this collaged bird tag, has some stamping at the bottom. A blue lace pocket with this tag inside that says, "Little drops of water, little grains of sand, make the mighty ocean and the peaceful land." And it has a paper doll from the Itkapilli Imaginarium on Etsy. This is like a paper printed with black iridescent paint. And on this side it has cutlery used as a mark making tool. Here we have a little crocheted cupcake stitched on. This is jelly print. This is a vintage photograph from the 1950s, and it is just paper clipped on here. Last page, it's a tuck spot of one of those sort of office style little envelopes. Inside the envelope, we do have this little card. It's a $1 handmade Monopoly money card. I found a whole game that was made sometime in the 80s that was like a handmade Monopoly game. And then this is also a tuck spot for this journal tag that was made from a children's book and has an actual Japanese maple leaf that's been sealed down. And that is the end of the journal. So thank you so much for tuning in. This journal, probably at least one of these two Very Hungry Caterpillar journals will be posted in the shop. Some of them won't, because I am taking them to a holiday market that I'm participating in. The best way to find what I'm posting is to follow me on Etsy so you can see when new things go up. I'd love it if you subscribe to this YouTube channel. We do fun things here, tutorials, journal flip throughs, etc. And yeah, I will talk to you next time. To find my social media information, just check below in the description box. Bye for now.